Hey friends, welcome to my channel. Let's get crafting. This project has a really simple printable that I have created for all of you. It's linked down below in my description box if you want to get it. It's just the letters EAT, and that way we can make a really cute farmhouse sign that says eat for our kitchen. Now this is going to be a part 2 of my series that I'm doing this week with kitchen DIYs and storage, that you can make your space so cute and just a really friendly place to cook and be in with your family. Now for this printable, what you're going to need to do is just cut out your letters. If you need to use an X-Acto knife on some of those trickier areas, go ahead and get that out. The only real place I noticed that I needed it was on the inside of the letter A, but other than that I was able to just use my traditional scissors and cut everything out really easily without any issues at all. Once you have everything all cut out, you're going to have it look just like this. And then we're going to need a piece of foam core board. Now you can see that this foam core board was already pre-cut, and what I did was I just took my printable and laid them all out. So I got the width of the letters that I would need with a little bit of that spacing around it. So really the width of the board is about 8.5 inches, just like a traditional paper printer size piece. And then once I had that cut out and the length that I wanted for my letters, I'm going to go with a small fine tip brush, and I'm using a concrete color. I think it's actually called oatmeal. I could be wrong, but I'm using a really light grayish color to create long lines because we're going to make this look like shiplap. And if you notice that your foam core piece is kind of buckling a little, I always just flip it over and kind of, stretch it some so that it's laying nice and flat. And then I went in with the dry brush technique with that lighter gray color with a little bit of brown mixed into it, and I dry brushed over it. At that point, once I got my foam core looking like shiplap and a little bit distressed, not too crazy, I don't like too much distressing, but I like a little, then I took some Mod Podge and I glued down my letters. So what we're going to do now is we're going to move on to these thicker popsicle sticks, these tongue depressor sticks, and we're going to cut off the rounded parts just like you saw me do there. And we are going to lay them all out on a piece of paper. And now I'm going to go over it with my little stain mixture that you all see me do here all the time on my channel. I just use water, black paint, and brown paint, and then I go over it until I get that look that I want. And it's a lot friendlier to use than using a traditional stain, because the stain can kind of stain your fingertips, and I don't want to always get out gloves, so I like using this water paint mixture because it cleans off my hands really easy. Then what we're going to do is take those popsicle sticks, and we are just going to work our way all the way around our sign. So you can see here that it's creating a really cute frame on this really cute eat sign that you can put in your kitchen. When you get to the top, you're going to notice that the length of the sticks is going to have a little bit of a hangover. So you're going to take a pencil, create a cut line on one of the sticks, and cut it down to the size that you need. And then just go up the other side of your sign as well. When you get to the top, do the same thing, cut it down to size that you need, and then glue that on. When you get to the top of the sign, you're going to also notice that it's going to be a little bit too big. So I centered 2 in the middle, as you see here, and then I'm cutting them down so that it's a nice equal measurement at the top and the bottom. I just like the way that that looked so much more versus trying to have one long one and one short piece in there, and it kind of looked a little more off center. So just take your time with this, put it however you would like to, but once you get it all done and all the sticks are on, I'm going to just take some light gray and gently dry brush on over my letters so that the letters looked a little bit distressed. You don't have to do this part, but I felt like with the shiplap behind it, it kind of caused it to look almost too stark with the black letters. And then I went around the edges with some, like a medium to brownish gray, basically matching the stain that I wanted on my sticks. So that way I can cover up that foam core in the back, so when you look at the side angle, you don't see that white foam core around the board. Today I'm teaming up with another YouTuber. I love featuring other YouTubers here on this channel because it's so hard to be seen. And Maria is super talented. Her channel is Crafting with Maria and she has so many beautiful farmhouse DIYs. I was going through her gallery and just drooling over all the stuff that she has made. So go check her out and let her know that I sent you. There is a link down below to her video for our partnership today. If you're new to my channel and you're coming over from Maria, my name is Heidi Sonboul and this is my DIY channel. I post here weekly. I try to do 2 to 3 videos each week and they are always filled with fun new crafting ideas from the Dollar Tree supplies or just things on a budget. Our next DIY is going to be using the salt and pepper shaker from the Dollar Tree. I thought this was such a great deal and knew that we could make it even cuter, a little more special for our kitchen. So what we're going to do is we're going to just simply take them out of the package, take off the lid, and we're going to give them some spray paint. I spray painted the glass white so it had that milk glass look, and then I spray painted the lids black. And when you're going over the lids, just take your time to not goop up the holes where the salt and pepper will come out. If you just spray really lightly, you won't have any issues. Then I took some sandpaper and roughed up the edges just a little bit. You could skip this part and just leave it where it is just a solid paint color. I know some of you do like to avoid the sanding, so go ahead and just avoid it. And then I'm coming back in with my pencil to trace on an S and a P. I thought this would be so cute if we just did 2 little letters so that we know which one is salt and which one is pepper. And I just took my time. I will say that painting on these bumpy edged surface was a little bit trickier, so just take your time and have fun. If you have a cutting machine, you can completely do that too. You can cut out an S and a P and put those on as well. And then to make sure that it doesn't come off with the paint and with the vinyl, you could seal it with some Mod Podge, and that will keep it nice and pretty. Then once you're all done painting, fill them up with your salt and pepper and put the lids on. Now, if you missed them, this last couple videos here on my channel have been 3 easy kitchen DIYs from the Dollar Tree, and I also did a easy storage DIY video, and they're packed full of lots of ideas for your kitchens if you want to make your space feel special. If you haven't already, please do give this video a thumbs up. It always helps out my channel and means so much to me. Our next DIY and the last one for today is going to be using this sign from the Dollar Tree. Now sometimes when you crack these open, I wanted to actually show you all, sometimes they have factory issues where they weren't put together properly. So to fix that issue, I'm just adding some hot glue and I'm just going to put that right back in the corner. And you can see that one of these little triangle support frame pieces is missing, which is fine. It's not the end of the world if that happens, but just add some hot glue and make sure it's nice and secure before you move on. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take some of their plastic cutlery that they have at the Dollar Tree, and I spray painted the fork, spoon, and knife and the sign all black. And then to add in some texture and that really pretty farmhouse look, I took a piece of burlap and I cut it down to the size that I wanted. You don't want it to go all the way up to the edge of your sign. You want to have a little bit of hangover. And I just hot glued it down and then pulled off any of those extra fibers to expose more of that texture on the sides of the burlap. Then I'm going to take my spoon, fork, and knife and I'm going to hot glue those down onto my sign just like I'm doing here. And I'm just positioning them first before I commit to the hot glue because once they go down, it's hard to get them back up. So just make sure you have the positioning right and then add a lot of hot glue so it doesn't come off and it's nice and secure on there. I started with my knife first to make sure once again that's centered and it looks right. If you start with your spoon or your fork, you could have an issue where they're not centered the way you want them to be, and then you'll feel frustrated every time you look at it in your kitchen. So start with the knife, and then I did the spoon next and then the fork. And at that point, I thought it would be really cute. You could leave it like that, or we could take it a little further. I took one of these sticks from the Dollar Tree, these tongue depressor sticks, and I'm cutting out a little dovetail detail on the side. I thought this would be so cute to add this in, and it just adds a little personality, and it makes it look like a little plaque that was almost put on the front of it. And you could paint whatever you want on the front. You could put your family's name. You could put your name and your kitchen. So for me, it would be like Heidi's Kitchen. You could just do so many cute things with this. And this would be the cutest gift to give someone for like Mother's Day that's coming up. So once you've got your sign all painted, go ahead and add some hot glue. And then you saw there on the ends, I was adding a little bit of support glue to make sure it really stays on there. Now this is the point where you could use vinyl or you can hand paint on letters. Like I said, you can put whatever you want, Heidi's Kitchen or your name, obviously. Why would you put Heidi's Kitchen in your kitchen? That would just be silly. And then I decided to go with homemade. I roughed it up just a little bit and then went back in and touched up any spots that maybe I took off too much paint, because I wanted it to look, you know, that chippy look, but not too much, because again, like I said, that's just my style. So have fun with it and customize it the way you want. Thanks so much for stopping by to watch this video today. Don't forget to go and check out Maria's channel and let her know that I sent you by giving her a little heart. And leave a comment down below to let me know which was your favorite. And until the next episode, bye friends!